I'm back. Hello guys, how are you getting on? My name is Aaron Kelly. You're very welcome back to my channel here today. And wow, it feels good to be back. What a week it has been. So, for those of you who don't know, I've just spent the last week down in Limerick watching the Kennedy Cup. And not even just watching, but coaching at the Kennedy Cup, which was a pretty unique experience, I have to say. Now to give us, a little bit of context or backstory to this competition, I played in this competition back in 2014 for Longford, and basically in this competition you have 32 teams. It's pretty much the World Cup of, Irish county leagues. I haven't really described that well at all, but basically each county in Ireland has a league and they enter the best players from that league as a team into the Kennedy Cup every single year at under 14 level. And of course at under 14, as I mentioned, I did play in this competition for Longford and things didn't go very well. It's fair to say. So basically you have 3 group games and obviously 4 in the group. Depending on where you finish in the group, you'll be entered into the Kennedy Cup, which will be, the main one. And I don't know what order the next one is, but there's Shield, Play, and Bowl. And there are 4 separate competitions you get entered into, depending on where you finish in your group. And when I went down playing back in 2014 at this competition, my team finished last of the group, lost every game, then lost our quarterfinal in our competition, which means we had, I think it was 2 or 3 2 games it was to not finish last, or 32nd as it was. We won our last 2 games, which meant we finished 29th. Football is a lot more fun when you're winning, but nevertheless I still cherished the experience of being able to go down there for a week. You stay down there in Limerick University for the full week with your team, and it was just a good time. Despite the fact we weren't winning, I still cherish the experience and still value it to this day. But now, this year, my dad was managing the team of Longford and myself and Danny were his coaches. So, yeah, it was just going to be a weird experience coming back down to Limerick University after 5 years. So, basically, this team, which included my brother Josh, I had high hopes for it. This was a very talented group of players. I knew that much going into this tournament. But in our group we had Cavan Monaghan, Cork and South Tipperary. Now Longford were, going into this group, the bottom seeds in the group. So, no one really gave us a chance. With being 4th seeds, you could understand that. But I don't think seeding, counts on the history of the county in the competition. And it's the same in professional football for the World Cup, Euros, seeding wise, it depends on your history in the competition. And obviously Longford, the highest Longford have ever finished in the competition out of 32, was 7th going into this week. So, we weren't expected to be any higher than 4th seeds. But our first game was against Cavan Monaghan. Now this team, a lot of people were saying were fancying themselves definitely to go down and really, make a good account of themselves, and they even tipped themselves to win it, I hear. Now, don't quote me on that, but that was a rumour I heard. We did play these in an All-Ireland Shield final last year in Mullingar and lost the game, but we had our chance to avenge that in our very first game down in Limerick on Tuesday at 6 PM, and we won it by 3 goals to 2, and our striker, who went on to score, him, was 7 or 8 goals in the competition, which is just incredible, grabbed a hat-trick to get us the win. We also missed a penalty and missed some more good chances in that game, but it was a perfect start. On to the second day then, and we started off the day against Cork. Now, usually on the second day, you will have 2 games to play, and for us, we had our final 2 group games to play, which was Cork and then South Tipperary later on in the evening. And I'm going to show you some of the highlights. I have some of the game. I have 3 games out of the 6 downloaded here, so we can, I can show you some of the goals. Now this was our game against Cork. So yeah, let's have a little look at it here. The wind was pretty strong here. But as we see here, our striker who got the hat-trick in the first game, lovely finish through the keeper's legs to give us the lead there. I thought he made a mess of it, to be honest. I thought the obvious one type of finish was to maybe, catch the keeper out at his near post here. But I mean, great bit of improvisation. What a finish that was to give us the lead early on. What a start. I noticed this as well. We started very, very strong in every game. Just before halftime, then, this was a killer. Great shot here. Rattles off the crossbar, and their forward follows in to tap home the equaliser. And at that stage, that was a really tough time for them to score. Literally just on the stroke of halftime. I just don't think our defenders got out close enough to defend that one. Didn't really close it down at all, which is unusual because, one really massive trait from our play throughout the week was our pressing of the ball and, not giving defenders a moment's peace on it. But on that occasion, we let them shoot and we paid the price. But it was in vain in the end. Our keeper kicks it out. Bit of a scramble in midfield. Our number 9 lifts it over the top and in he goes again. The pace, one-on-one, and then the composure to take it around the keeper was just incredible. And that goal was late enough in the game to get us the win against Cork, which was considered a huge win, and it was. Because Cork, as I said, were either first or second. I think they were first seeds. I'll have to double check. But and it was an incredible goal and an incredible win for us. That was 2 wins from 2. And our final group game was against South Tip. We also won that game by 2-1. And yeah, incredibly, we finished top of the group with a maximum 9 points out of 9, which got us straight, as I mentioned, it was the 4 competitions. We got into the main Kennedy Cup quarter-final, which already, guarantees you a pretty good finish at the end of the tournament, considering the county's history. Our quarter-final then was against Galway. Now, Galway we faced a couple of times, I think, and, it's always been pretty even. But we faced them here, and, we expected it to be tight, and it certainly was. Again, it was another windy day, one for the over-the-tops if the wind is with you, but our striker again bullying their centre-halves. Little ball out here to Josh on the left. He puts it back in. Bit of a scramble in the middle. Keeper makes a mess of that one, and our striker, again, the same fella who has scored every goal so far, gave us the lead. Again, very, very early on in the game. So, again, it was an incredible start to the game. Now this one, Galway get a free kick about 20 yards out. Bounces just in front of our keeper. It's a tough one for a keeper when that bounces right in front of you. He can only palm it out, and their winger, who was very, very quick, very impressive. But our right back really did, cope with him very well, I found. But he was just quickest to react there to tap home Galway's equaliser. And again, I'm pretty sure I was close enough to the half-time whistle. Second half then, bit of a scramble in here, little ball over the top for our winger. Left back makes a bit of a mess of that, in fairness. Our winger gets in, gets the cross away. Keeper can only palm it out to our number 9. Little dummy, back onto his right foot, and a really, really good finish to put us back in front. And this game, the ending of this game was tough. Like, we had to really grind hard defensively, and no slip-ups were needed. But like, look at this, the celebrations at full time to get us through to the semi-finals. And lads, this got us through to the semi-finals against the DDSL, which is the Dublin District Schoolboy League. Now, if you need some more context to this, Dublin, going into this tournament, had won 32 titles, and I think they'd won it 2 or 3 times on the bounce. I think the last time someone else won it was Kerry, which I think was 2015. Again, don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure if that's correct. But we were to face them, and the other semi-final was Mayo against Carlow. So, Carlow, a pretty small county as well, wouldn't have been highly considered to even get anywhere near the semi-finals. And Mayo, of course, as I've heard, very, very good side as well. But unfortunately, we couldn't beat the DDSL. Lads, they're just on another level. To give you a context to this, a lot of their players are playing at an international level. So it was always going to be tough. But, first half we were kind of asleep for a bit. But second half we certainly woke up and gave a good account of ourselves in the second period of that game. It finished 5-0 to Dublin in the end. We were 4-0 down at half-time. But look, we were still incredibly proud of the fellas. And we still had a top 4 finish secured. And the next day, Saturday, we had a 3rd, 4th place playoff game to play against Carlow, who had lost to Mayo. And here it was. Now here we go. They try a short kick out, and our man again, the number 11, top scorer in the tournament, may I add, pulls it back for our number 9, who scored in the last game as well. Lovely finish into the bottom corner to give Longford the lead. And you know what a fucking start. And again, our centre forward just bullies them, and he has the pace. And what a finish this is! Lovely little finish, a very intelligent finish as well. A lot of strikers, you see, when they get into that kind of situation, would smash it or try and, you know, bury it. But he went to feint to hit it hard, and a little deft dink over the keeper, and it was a lovely, lovely finish, I have to say. Longford 2-0 up, an incredible start. Now this was a crossfield ball, and our left back gets his feet caught up. And oh, I'm sorry, Ollie. But anyway, there's striker gets a good chance, and that's finish. It's a really good finish, I have to say. From, I think it was their number 9, I'm not really too sure, but Carlow were right back in the game. I would say a goal undeserved, in my opinion, but we were soon back in front here. Our number 9 struggles to get his shot off, does get it in the end, blocked, comes out to Josh here on the left, onto his right, and a good ball in, a really good ball in from Josh there, and our number 17 gets the header in on it. And at that stage you thought daylight, but then this happened, a massive mix-up here. Oh, this is definitely one of the worst goals of the tournament. Our keeper misjudges it, and yeah, their number 11, I believe it was, got the finish on it, and I'm not too sure about the celebration. But then, lads, oh wow, goal of the week, and it's that man, Moran again, number 11, with the goal. I don't even have to say anything, I'll just show you. It gets better every time you watch it, especially from that angle, because you can see it arrowing right into the top corner here. We didn't have that, as you can see, we're over this side, so we didn't get that, you know, as good a view on it. But that meant that Longford finished 3rd in the Kennedy Cup, an incredible result. But I gotta say, credit to this group of 20 Longford players, absolutely astonishing. Just the hunger and desire was there for everyone to see, and we were the talk of the place down there. Like, a lot of managers, particularly the Galway manager after we beat them, a lot of them wanted us to beat DDSL because they were like, you know, DDSL win this thing fucking year in, year out. Everyone wants to see a difference. But like, everyone was talking about how well we were playing and how good our players were, and how it wasn't about the individual. As good as our number 11 Moran was, it wasn't about the individual, it was the collective. And Paddy even said it in his interview. I don't have that at the minute, but he said it in an interview, only for the midfield and their through balls, you know, he doesn't get them goals. But that glass goal in particular was an incredible piece of individual skill. But wow, what a week. It was absolute, again, 20 lads, and a credit to their clubs, to their parents, everyone. It was just unbelievable. And also, obviously, credit to my father as well for setting, like, he has to set out the team, he has the fucking tactics on point, and he had the personnel, you know, to pull off that pressing style of play, and it worked for us. It really did work for us. But what a week. It was just, it's a great experience, and I'd recommend for anyone, even if, you know, you're not playing at it or you're not coaching at it, go down and watch the Kennedy Cup, because there's some great stories in there, and there's some great moments, and the atmosphere is always just absolutely incredible. And I just genuinely feel blessed to be able to have gone down, not once as a player, but twice, second time as a coach. But yeah, what a week. So in the final, I should mention as well, DDSL, who beat us in the semi, did beat Mayo by 2-0, but Mayo did put up a really good fight, to be fair to them. So the top 4 was in this order: DDSL, Mayo, Longford and Carlow. So a nice bronze medal to bring back with us. It was an absolutely incredible week. Now I know this is something a little bit different, but I feel like I needed to, you know, make a video. One of my biggest regrets about the week was not bringing the camera down with me and vlogging the whole thing, because, you know, we would have got some incredible shots and incredible reactions. Literally, we were jumping up and down on the sideline, and everyone in the crowd was as well. And we even had people coming down from Longford that weren't involved in the team at all. Which is why I'm saying, anyone, even if you're not involved, go down and watch the Kennedy Cup, because There was we had people from Longford coming down who weren't even involved, hadn't children involved, hadn't managers involved, anything, but still coming down to watch because they heard how well we were playing. And it didn't matter who we were playing, we still played the same way. And you know, whether it was fucking Carlow, whether it was Galway, whether it was South Tip, whether it was DDSL, it didn't matter to the lads. They played the way they know how, and it was an absolute joy to watch. Football is great when you're winning as well. Like, it just, what a week. It was, and just a direct opposite to the time I was there and we were losing every game. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can feel the atmosphere being a happy and joyful one when you're winning. But yeah, what a week. And absolutely, I wasn't even playing and I'm absolutely fucking wrecked after it. But we are now back here on the channel, back to 2 or 3 videos a week for you guys. I know I did upload 2 videos this week, with the football video and the clip from the podcast. I don't really count that as a video, but yeah, we are back. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe down below, notifications on, and I'll catch you later.